am very, very, very excited to talk to you guys today. The topic that I'm going to talk about is perspective. But before we get into perspective, before we get into that, I want to talk to you about some of the stuff that I have going down the pipeline with regards to it. So I know I'm live on LinkedIn, Facebook, as well as YouTube. So thank you guys, anybody who tunes in, anybody who looks and sees this live, thank you for that. But let me briefly explain to you what I have coming in the pipeline, and then I'll get right into the message, right? So I have an online course coming, right? I can't stress to you this online course. It's gonna be life changing. I'm gonna be teaching you how to become a debt negotiating pro, right? The reality is I'm gonna have an online course teaching you step by step how to negotiate your debt, when to negotiate the debt, how to find the accounts, a bunch of nuances with regards to that to make you a debt negotiator pro, so that way for yourself on the individual level, you can save the most amount of money. That should be coming towards the end of this month, the beginning of next month, around that time span. The next thing that I have that's pretty exciting, I'm going to have coming in is called Clear Media, right? And with Clear Media, what we're going to have in this aspect is basically I'm going to be bringing professionals on. I'm going to be bringing a tax professional, interviewing them, talking to them about the ins and outs with regards to entrepreneurship, what to look for, some of the new laws that are happening and so forth with regards to taxes, and how to save yourself ultimately the most money that you can save. And then the third and final thing, there's two other things. So the third thing is I want you guys to remember is a free letter bundle that I have down below. It's absolutely for free. Opt in. You'll get a free pay to delete letter template. You'll get a free cease and desist letter template, as well as a goodwill letter template. And just in case you guys don't know what that is, a pay to delete is basically where you can negotiate to pay your account, and then you want the creditor to delete it off your credit profile, which is probably the most smart way to, obviously, if you have to pay a debt, to get it off of your account as if it was never there. And the cease and desist letter is a letter that you send to creditors. You may come across people who are constantly calling you with regards to a debt, and it's getting on your nerves. They're calling friends and family. Cease and desist letter will automatically stop that. And then the goodwill letter is very important for those of you who have late payments on your credit profile. One late payment has the ability to drop your account 50 to 100 points. So if you opt in for that free letter bundle, you can get that absolutely for free. And then lastly, for those of you whose credit scores in the 4s, the 5s, the 6s, down below is a free 20-minute consultation. Look in the description, sign up for that consultation. We can see where you're at and get you from where you're at to where you need to be, so that way life can be a lot easier for you. Now, I'm going to go right into it. What I want to talk about, right, is the topic that we have, and it is perspective. It's going to be a little different, but I'm going to tie it into credit, so don't worry with regards to stuff. Now, today has been an interesting day with regards to stuff. How I start my mornings all the way up until about a couple hours ago with a consultation that I had. Understand, I come across somebody whose credit wasn't so good, and they got emotional behind it. And I understand. I've been there. I've had horrible credit, but all credit can be repaired. So don't worry, it can be taken care of. Now, let me tell you a story and what actually brought me into wanting to talk about this. I've shared this story a little bit earlier with another group, and I'm going to explain to you about that group. But nevertheless, this is the story for you guys who are watching and who may watch this later. This is the story that I have for you. Now, and I heard this online. I wish I knew who it was so that I can give them credit. But I think the person that I heard it was talking about someone else who actually told the same story. So here's the story again for whoever made this out. Thank you for that. This is the story. Now, financially and money is an issue across the board with regards to a lot of people, right? We're needing more money in general. But this is the story that I heard. If I had $1 million and I told you tomorrow I'm going to give you $1 million cash, how would that make you feel? Okay, so let's sweeten up the deal. What if I told you I had $10 million for you tomorrow? I'm going to give you. How would that make you feel? What are you going to do? Are you going to take the money? Of course, right? Whether it's $1 million or $10 million, you're going to take that money, correct? You're going to take that money and you're going to be ecstatic. You're going to be happy and, make sure you obviously pay your taxes and so forth on the money. And that's the situation. But I'm going to take it a little further. What if I told you that tomorrow I'm going to give you $1 million, but you only have 24 hours with that $1 million because after that 24 hours, you're going to die? Would you still take the $10 million? Chances are, I'm pretty sure 99% of you guys would say no. And what did I just prove? Waking up this morning was more valuable to you than $10 million. Sometimes when you look at life in that aspect, obviously, a lot of times we don't really think of it that way. But the reality is it is that way. This morning, every single day, actually Monday through to Thursday, I do a thing called Breakthrough Mornings. Breakthrough Mornings is something that a friend of mine's by the name of Steven, he actually started, and it has been a life changer for me. And within Breakthrough Mornings, one of the things that we do is we talk about what we're celebrating for the day. And there were a couple people on, and things just haven't been the greatest, right? And I don't want to go into detail with regards to that, but what I do want to let you guys know is I'm challenging 5 people. 5 people. In my description is the Zoom link. Every morning at 9 p.m. or 9 p.m., 9 a.m. in the morning, we have that. Click that Zoom link. You can jump onto the Zoom and you can actually hear what it is that we do. I'm telling you, it's life-changing. I don't get anything from this, but ultimately, I want to bring value to you guys. Anything that has helped me throughout my life, I want to bring that to you guys, and I want you guys to actually see this with regards to that. But there's a Zoom link. I'm going to challenge 5 of you guys who've seen it every single morning at 9 a.m., and that's Pacific Standard Time. We are on the West Coast, so if you're on the East Coast, it'll be 12 o'clock your time. Click that link and join the Zoom. Listen to what's going on here. It's life-changing information, and you will not be disappointed. So check that out with regards to that. But during that Zoom, we were talking about all of that. One of the things that we forget sometimes for so many people is gratitude, right? Having gratitude and being thankful for where you are. The mere fact that you woke up. And so in this Zoom, one of the things that we do, like I stated, is we talk about what we're celebrating today. And we do it on 2 levels. We do it on a personal level, i.e., your health and so forth, your marriage with regards to your wife, husband, your kids, relationships with regards to that. We get personal in here. This is a very safe space where you can actually express who you are, express what's going on, and talk about your situations. And then as a group, we grow. So you start realizing that everyone's going through that thing. And then the same stuff, a lot of the same issues and situations. And then we talk about it, what we're celebrating with regards to business, right? So whether you're working a 9-to-5 or you're an entrepreneur, there's always something to celebrate. Remember, 5 people, I'm just challenging you guys. Hit that Zoom link, 9 a.m. every single morning. That's Pacific Standard Time for anybody who lives on, Midwest or on the East Coast. It's 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hit the Zoom link. No biggie. Come in. Figure out what's going on, check that out. But we have to remember, I don't care what your situation is, what your circumstance is, what it is that you're going through, or what problems or issues that you may have, it's all about perspective, right? And what's going on. And a lot of times with our perspective, living in America, it could be negative, right? Very easy. I mean, my mother and my father-in-law, I'll see them watching the news, man. I stay away from the news. I mean, literally, when you go and you sit down, it is just negative situation after negative situation after negative situation. And for whatever reason, that gets ratings. People gravitate to the negativity. But what I want you guys to understand is everything is about perspective. Whether your credit's messed up or financially you don't have a job or there's a death or whatever the circumstance is, how you look at that situation, there's always something that you can sort of kind of pull out the light in all of that darkness and be able to move forward with regards to that. Understand something. One of the things that used to always bother me, and I'm pretty sure it bothers a lot of you guys, is the mere fact that people with money, who have a lot of money, always say money's not important, right? And you'll never understand that until you get the money, right? And yes, I'm not by far super rich at all, but I'm gonna get there. But the reality is this, and this is the thing that I learned. Money itself is just money. It's just paper or cards or debit cards or whatever the circumstance is. But it's a tool, and how you use that money is what will determine what transpires within your life, right? And so whether you have a lot of money or a little bit of money, it's a tool. And the reality is, when you understand that money is energy and it's a tool, if you use it correctly, it can buy you freedom, right? But the money itself ain't going to do anything for you with regards to that. So understand that. Ultimately, and I'll end with this. I'm just trying to go live as much as possible, but I don't want to take too much of you guys' time who's watching. But understand this. We must learn to deal with our BS. And when I say BS, yes, I do mean bull. You guys fill in the blank. But another BS that I'm talking about is your belief system, right? Your BS and your belief system. A lot of what transpires and happens to you as an individual, believe it or not, is controlled by what happens and how you feel about your perspective and what's going on. I can sit and I can say, woe is me, right? I'm a kid who was raised by my grandmother. My father, he died of an overdose on drugs at my senior year in high school. I was in the foster care system. I've been incarcerated. I could tell you a million excuses of why I probably shouldn't be here anymore. But perspective, right? I grew up in Southeast San Diego, and I have a lot of peers and friends who are no longer with us. I have some that are with us. I have some that are incarcerated. I have some that, are at the end of their wits with regards to stuff. Everything is perspective, and it took me understanding that at 41 years old. Now, let me not sit here and tell you I always had it together. And I'm still learning today how to put things together. But everything's about perspective. So whether your credit is messed up or you're in a situation where things are bad, change the perspective. You must learn how to deal with your BS, which is your belief system, around everything that is transpiring and happening. You have to do that. Now, I'm going to reiterate one more time for you guys. Breakthrough Mornings. You can go to breakthroughmornings.com to actually look at the actual website, see the guy who actually runs it, Steven. See, what he's about. He's a brilliant man, but he's a human being, and that's the reality of it. We're talking about a person who's successful beyond measures, but ultimately in this group, in this Zoom, which I put the link in the description, 9 a.m. every single morning. Click the link, join. If you just want to listen in, you don't want to talk, you have that right. But listen in. Hear professionals from all different walks of life talk about their life, right? And everything that's going on. So typically we within this, it's a 30-minute Zoom meeting. It's not going to take too much of your time. Everybody sort of kind of goes on what they're going to celebrate. business-wise, personal-wise on yourself. And then there's typically a theme with regards to a lesson that he's teaching in that aspect. It has helped change my life. And so I'm going to only bring you guys stuff that has helped me personally. Remember, again, online course, be looking out for that. Become a debt negotiation pro. I'm going to teach you how to do that. It's going to be an online course. I should be having that come towards the end of the year. End of the month, beginning of next month. Clear Media, I'm going to be bringing you guys special guests, individuals who understand specific situations and circumstances and nuances with regards to stuff. I'm going to have a tax person that I know. Tiffany, if you do see this, I'm going to have you on here. I'm going to have a small business, a person who works at a small business company. Why do I do this whenever we get live? But a person who works with small businesses as far as credit and so forth go. Brandon, if you see this, a lot of you guys who are my Facebook friends, I don't know if you guys remember Brandon, but he's going to come on. I'm going to have him on there with regards to that. And as well as I'm going to have professionals with regards to mortgage and real estate, right? Teaching you with regards to what is needed so you can buy a home, so you can be prepped and ready and get the yes and get yourself into that dream home with regards to that. So Clear Media, that's going to be coming. I'm going to be rolling out interviews with people that I know personally to help you guys out on your credit journey and to understanding with regards to building business credit and all of that. And then don't forget the free letter bundle. This is going to help you. Click in, opt in for that, get that information. It'll help you out. Thank you guys for those of you who have tuned in and who have watched with regards to this live. I just want to make sure I did a live, bringing you some of the stuff that's going to be coming and some of the stuff up forward. But remember, ultimately, perspective is how you view stuff. Now, whether you think you can or you can't, you're telling the truth, right? That's just the reality of it. But there's no reason. It doesn't cost you anything to try and pull the light out of the darkness of whatever situation you're in. I'm not belittling the situation that you're in, but I'm helping you understand that it's all perspective. I've been through it all. I've dealt with it all. And I'm still going. I'm still here. I'm still alive. And a lot of that is thanks to some of you guys out there. So, that is the live that I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for tuning in. And my saying that I say to a lot of people with regards to stuff, if you follow me on YouTube and so forth, is this: you be great. And I really mean that from the bottom of my heart.